everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Magical Jill, and today we are going to be talking about the new Sailor Moon art book that just came out, which is very exciting. And I am not very good at pronouncing the title of it. I think it's like Sailor Moon Raisonné Artworks. It makes it sound like that there are just a bunch of drawings of the sailors as raisins, but it is a French word, I promise you. But I did want to mention, if you guys like this book, we do have it in our Amazon link, and we get commissions from that. So if you click the link to our Amazon and decide to buy the book, it does help our channel a lot. So I really hope you guys check that out. And then we also have a question of the day. Yay! Do you have any anime or manga art books, and which do you recommend? I really recommend this book because I just love all of the colors, and it is so colorful and wonderful. But we're going to get into that in just a minute. I did want to mention that if you stay tuned to the end of the video, I will tell you a little discount code for my shop, cosmobunny.shop, and I've been making new art on that, so I hope you guys check it out. So the word raison is a French word, and it means like a catalogue raisonné, which is a comprehensive annotated listing of all the known works of an artist, either in particular medium or in all of their media. So now that we go into this knowing that, this is an art book that has a lot of the artworks that Naoko Takeuchi created from 1991 up to 2023, which is really exciting. And a lot of these art actually has been printed before in other art books that were only exclusively in Japan, which I think is really fun that we finally get a book in America that's been distributed through to America for us to be able to see all of these pictures in a high quality form. So it is a big compilation of a lot of previous art books. The art is gorgeous, and there is a lot of art in here that's not usually seen, and there's even character design notes and product art, which I think is really fun and interesting to be able to look at. I absolutely love also the kind of candid shots, because there's like a lot of different shots that you get to see drawn in here of like the girls wearing different outfits, or maybe Sailor Moon's having like a little bit of a spicy moment with Tuxedo Mask, stuff like that. It feels very much so like you're getting to see a photo album of them just being friends and hanging out with each other, and I just absolutely love that. I am so happy that this book is actually affordable for Western audiences. These art books are usually very expensive. I'm not sure if they're short printed where there aren't enough copies or what it is, but if you live in the West at all and you go on eBay or these other sites, they can range from like $80 to $150. I even just saw this listing for this Sailor Moon illustration art book Infinity from 1997, and it is over $200 on eBay, which is insane, by the way. Absolutely insane for a book. I don't understand why people are like scalping these so hard. It's just so upsetting. The art books are very, very cool collectibles, and I absolutely love physical media, but it's really hard to justify a price that high when you can also just find the art online, like scanned in from a lot of these different websites. And this catalog is usually only about $50 USD on Amazon, for example, which is way cheaper than a lot of these like eBay scalper resellers. So I'm really, really happy about that you actually get to look at the art physically for a decent price that isn't over $200. There is a ton of art packed into this book. There is years worth of official artworks just in this book itself. It is so fun to just look at. I could spend literally hours just like looking at these. I mean, something that I think is really fun is just to be able to look at the art style that Naoko has and how beautiful it is and how it's progressed over the years. One thing that I've always loved about that creator is her art style, is it's just so beautiful. And I love seeing even some of the outfits that are kind of like more prototype for Sailor Moon, because there's this one picture towards the front of the book where it's like you can tell it wasn't fully realized yet, where like she has like a little bit of a boomerang type thing on the front of her shirt, and she's got golden on her glove sleeves, and there's like little moons on her sleeves and such, and it's just, it doesn't look exactly like how it usually does in the anime and in the normal manga. So I think it's really fun to kind of see all of these design choices that she ended up either going with or not going with. There's also just really cute art in general where like the girls wear bunny ears or they wear different outfits, and you get to see the comparison of Sailor Moon versus Sailor V. There's even art on some of the villains too, like the Four Kings, And also some rare shots that you get to see of Usagi's family and Naru, who they always forget about, which I think is actually really fun, because it's nice to be able to see that, like, you know, maybe Usagi's family wasn't forgotten for once in a book like this. So anyway, the art itself is just gorgeous. Naoko Takeuchi has one of the most unique art styles in manga that I've ever seen. It's one reason that I'm actually really disappointed that she doesn't make more stories for Sailor Moon nowadays, just because I absolutely love her art and I want to see more inside of her mind for a lot of that, whether it's Sailor Moon or other stories that she wanted to produce. As usual, though, I do definitely have some negatives about this book. Because it's a compilation and not really a book set of reprints, a lot of the art is smaller than it was in the original artwork books. That means that it's harder to appreciate some of the art given its size. I dislike that they took some of the original printings and then just sized them down. I kind of feel like that's cheaping you out of what you got, if that makes sense. Like, I know it's them trying to shove as much art as they can into this book, but I also think, why didn't you just make the book bigger then? And I suppose that would up the price more too, but I don't know, I just wish that they would have kept a lot of these pictures in their original size format. I also don't understand why they wouldn't just reprint some of the original art books for this price and then circulate them in the West and other places around the world that weren't able to get them before, especially since it's very obvious there's an interest in this. I mean, this book was very popular, a lot of people bought it. The size issue also affects some of the character design sheets, which are way harder to see and harder to read. You can use Google Translate nowadays on Japanese books like this for rough translations, but it won't be perfect, and some of the text is so small that it could be difficult to even do that. It feels a bit like, once again, Japanese creators and publishers are begrudgingly giving something to international fans. It's not worth it to reprint the old books with big pictures, but it is worth it to print maybe a catalog or a big compilation with just smaller pictures in it. I also would have liked to see more artist commentary. It would have been interesting to see what Naoko Takeuchi's thoughts were when she made these drawings. She's more of a private woman in real life, but she has been willing to share thoughts and snippets in books and other things, so I thought it was a little surprising that we didn't get to see a little bit more of what she thought about some of these things, or maybe some more of her notes when she was designing the characters. All in all, I actually really love this book. I think it's amazing. I think it's a great price. I think all of the art is very high quality. It's not blurry or anything just because they changed the size. It is still very high quality. The pages are thick. I think it's really, really well done. I urge you guys to go check it out. I do have it on my Amazon link, so you can go check that out, and it helps me and my channel because, you know, over here, we're not exactly millionaires, I gotta be honest with you. I also have an amazing shop called CosmoBunny.shop, where I take recycled manga and recycled comic books from places that can't sell them because they're damaged or because they just can't be sold, and instead of letting them be thrown away and put into landfills, I'll take them and make new art out of them. So I'll make coasters, keychains, trays, etc. And you can see all of that on my website, CosmoBunny.shop, and you can use code SAILOR in all caps for 10% off of your purchase. So I hope you all really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and I love that I have this art book. I hope you guys go check it out, and I hope that they reprint some of the older art books that I wasn't able to get, because now they are just insanely priced, and it's just not fair to fans, especially international fans who weren't able to get their hands on them because we don't all live in Japan. And I hope to see you all in the next video. I will be talking more about Sailor Moon, Full Metal Alchemist, Dragon Ball. I want to bring Pokemon back to this channel, so let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!